In this video, we are going to practice calling a function that we designed from the body of another function that we are designing. We've previously seen the create square function design in other videos. In this video, we're working on designing a function called create line that will return a horizontal line containing 4 squares of the given size. And we're going to end up calling create square to make those squares, and then we'll put them beside each other inside the create line function. I've already started this function design, so as you can see, we have a stub including signature and purpose, and we have one example, the example on line 24. On line 24, you can see that we're calling create line, giving it a square size of 10, and then the expected value is 4 blue squares, all of size 10, beside each other. But remember that we have a function called create square that can make a square for us. So I can actually update this example and have it call my other function design. Create square just needs a size. It does not need a mode or a color. And I can update the other calls as well. Both examples are perfectly acceptable, but by calling our other function in this example, it helps us think through how we might be able to call that function within our function body. Let's create another example. We always want to have at least 2. And this one, I'll make it a square size of 30. Let's run our tests, and they don't pass, but that's what we expect. Create line is still a stub, we have not yet implemented it, but we see that we don't get any errors. So now let's comment out the body of the stub, move to the template phase, where a template is return ... and then square size. Our one parameter or our one input is named square size. Now I can use my example to think about how to implement this function body. I'll copy this template so that I can comment it out and leave it behind as a reminder of what our template was. I'll make a note that it was the template. And then we can edit from here. We can use our examples to see that we can call create square. And in the first example, when the input is size 10, we call create square and pass it 10. In the second example, when the input is size 30, we call create square and pass it 30. So that tells me that what I want to do is call create square and pass it square size. I need to do that 4 times, and then pass all of those as inputs to beside, which takes some number of images and puts them beside each other and creates a single image. So I have beside create square 4 times. And there's my function body. So in this example, I wanted you to see that we can call a function, in this case create square, that we designed from another function design. In some sense, this is not very different than calling square as we did on line 10. We did not write the square function, but somebody wrote the square function. So in the CS103 library, there is a definition for the square function, and we called it from within create square. Create line shows us that we can also call functions that we've designed within future designs. So let's run this code, see that all our tests are passing. And then we can see the output if we call create line, say with a square size of 50. So when you're designing functions, remember that you can always call functions that you've previously designed.